Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Those are the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit. And peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And I'm back with another lesson. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to go into the parable that the Lord spake in Luke the 18th chapter, and I really just want to focus on the latter part of this parable. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, let me say this before we go into it. You know, the elect are crying for justice on a whole nother level. Okay, because you got 2/3 of our people here in America that are crying out for justice for against police brutality. Okay, Negroes getting shot down in the street. Okay, and other different reasons. You know that we're getting mistreated and we don't get treated fairly in this society. You know. But once Jake do enough marching and crying and complaining, you know, they go right back to doing as they always do, or doing as normal, back to their normal old life, you know. So Jake could cry for a minute, and then the crying will stop, and then they'll go right back to living their life, so to speak. Okay. When it comes to the elect, all right, or the hopeful, I'm gonna say the hopeful elect, we're crying out for justice to the Most High on a whole nother level. Okay, we want justice not for only the things that's going on right now, but we want justice for a lot of different things. You know, Esau got to pay back. The so-called white man has to pay for the things he's done during the Greek Empire. Okay? Hey, what about when this bastard, the Edomites, wouldn't allow the Israelites to pass through their borders? You know, you read that account, that shit pissed me the fuck off. You know? And it's all kind of things we can name. Oh, the hardcore slavery. All the heinous acts that this man did to us when we're in hardcore slavery, and the justice that we want. Justice means to balance the Salaki, let me turn this phone on do not disturb. Justice means to balance the scale. Okay, and balance having an Edomite locked up for shooting down a Jake in the streets for life or whatever, that's not justice. That's not balancing the scale. The way to balance the scale is the whole nation has to get killed, okay, righteously killed as judgment, and put into slavery, and all the different curses that we underwent, they must go through, as it reads in Deuteronomy 30 and 7, I believe. Let me check. Yes, Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and thine enemies, talking about the Israelite enemies, and our number one enemy is the so-called white man, Esau, the Edomites, and on them that hate thee. See, because Esau is our top enemy, and he hates us the most over all these other nations. But the other nations are also our enemies, which persecuted thee. So let's go back to the verses in Luke, the 18th chapter, starting at the top. Yeah, the elect is crying out for justice on a whole nother level. I'm sorry. Let's read this. This is Luke 18, starting at verse 1. It says, "And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint." So what's that telling us? That's telling us that we're supposed to be praying to the Most High. Now, there's many things we're supposed to be praying about. And really, the capsulated, a good prayer, a capsulated prayer to the Most High is the Lord's Prayer. You know? But you can pray about whatever to the Most High, right? But let's go into this parable. It says, saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. Just like the so-called white man, Esau. He doesn't fear the Most High, and he doesn't regard the life of man. It says, and there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. You know, and dealing with the so-called white man, we still hadn't got no justice for this bastard. Jake Gold crying to this man. He's crying to the enemy for justice. You know, our people cry to the enemy and ask them, hey, you my enemy, you hate me, can you please give me justice? And we gonna get, let's read it. Let's keep reading. And this man ain't gonna give you no damn justice. And he did, you know, Esau did do certain little things to appease Jake, because, you know, Jake and his uproars over throughout the time, but over ultimately there's been no justice given to the nation of Israel from the so-called white man. He can't give justice because he's the unjust. All right, but this parable is saying, let me see, where did I stop at? Let me read verse 6, 18 and 6. It says, and the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge said. You see, so the unjust judge said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and, because this widow is continually, and this is a parable, okay? If this widow is continually complaining about justice and crying about, she wants justice, you know, from her adversary. Give me a minute. That basically just to get, so she can stop bugging the unjust judge, stop getting on his nerves, okay? He avenged her of her adversary. So let's read verse 7. It says, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? So if an unjust judge will give justice only because of the continual complaining, which is getting on his nerves, how much more the Most High will avenge his own elect, which cry day and night? Now, the parable started off with the Lord saying that men ought to pray always. So one thing we're supposed to be praying about is receiving justice, getting revenge on our enemy. Okay? And hastening for the kingdom to come, that's going to bring the justice. Because when the kingdom, even before the kingdom come, the Most High is going to be fucking these Edomites up. And then when the kingdom come, these people are going to be put into captivity. Okay? These dogs are going to be put into captivity. That's going to balance the scale. Let's read verse 8, and that'll be this video or the end of it. Luke 18 and 8. And our people are not, crying out on that level for justice. Well, we want the whole nation to feel the pain that we felt of being killed, being killed. And really, we were being murdered. So this is going to be a righteous killing when these Edomites get put to death by the hands of Israelites, okay? By the power of the Most High. Israel ain't going to do nothing on their own. It's all really ultimately through the power of the Most High, okay? It's going to be a just thing. And then putting them in slavery and whooping their ass and kicking their ass and fucking them up. That's the justice that our people are not crying out for. We're crying out for that. Okay? I tell you, this is Luke 18 and 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. So justice is true justice is on its way from on high. And he's gonna well, let's read on. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, because what is the Son of Man coming to do? That's Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. He's coming to revenge himself and his people. And first and foremost, the Most High. Then himself and the Israelites. Okay, and it says, shall he find faith on the earth? All right. And he will find faith, but he won't find much faith. Okay, because most of the earth is Israel, or majority of Israel is not going to have faith in that day. It's only going to be a small number that have faith, okay, in that time. So what is this saying? When the Lord is going to bring the justice. He's going to bring the revenge to make or to give justice to us. So Lord willing, this video was edifying, and I want to push out the spirit of, we're going to receive justice, true justice, okay? And that we are crying out on a whole nother level that our people can't even understand, all right, for justice. And these niggas getting shot down in the street and all this happening, that's judgment from the Most High. It's a way greater justice that we should be crying to the Most High for. About how this white man done us throughout history. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Shalom.